lot of goddamn good Rucker being dead is going to do for us. Your orders were to bring him in.
I fully intended to.
Then how did this happen?
I think someone being paid to manipulate Ark killed him. Someone in his crew. Rucker told me Ark was being set up, that the real terrorists were hiding in plain sight.
And was he wearing a tinfoil hat when he said this?
The man was devoted to bridging the divide between Augs and Naturals. He knew that every one of these attacks just drives the stake in deeper, and that the only way to fix things was to pull that stake out. He said he had evidence to prove Ark's innocence. He was ready to come in and talk to us, even though he knew it meant risking his life.
What evidence was he referring to?
I don't know. He was killed before he could say.
Well then, there's no use theorizing over what-ifs, is there?
What about Viktor Marchenko?
I ran that name through iLink and got back a blank page. Why? You got something else?
Nothing more than a gut feeling, so far.
Well, I'm sorry, Agent, but I need more than that. Christ. What a mess. You know word of Rucker's death is going to spread, don't you? And when that happens, the head of state police assures me Golem City will become a war zone. We can't let that happen. I hope we're good on juice, Chicane, because I need a ride. As for you, Agent...
I still have a case to solve, and I know exactly where to start, Director. Smiley's had more than enough time to analyze that DSD I gave him.
The one you took from Ruzika?
I'll check in with him, see what's on it. After that, I'll go where the evidence takes me. I intend to make sure the right people are brought to justice for this, whether they're augmented or not.
Get a move on, before this case gets any colder. And keep me in the loop. Let's go, Chicane.
Tell us Rucker's dead.
What?
Poisoned, I think.
Holy shit, man. Rucker was the voice of the augmented. People loved him for it. When word of this hits, Prague is gonna explode.
And the whole world's watching. Listen, Miller's gone to meet with state police. Could be our chance to determine his loyalties.
He lives near TF-29. You want us to search his apartment?
Not us. Me. You keep digging into that VersaLife break-in. And see what the Collective can dig up on a Viktor Marchenko. If I'm right, and Rucker was poisoned, all three might be connected. Jensen out.
Adam, you there? You're not gonna believe this, but Vadim Orlov is in Prague.
You're kidding.
I wish I were. 6 months ago, he got an augmented expert's visa and has been coming and going periodically ever since. Border Control logged him in this morning.
I arrived in Prague 6 months ago. Where's he staying?
In the Lilioma Courtyard Apartments on Lavani Street, 2nd floor.
I've been there. Found a file on me inside a safe.
I don't like the sound of that. Better check the apartment again.
10110. I have found you. Now you must find me, Adam. Please, help.
City has gone to hell.
Mr. Jensen, it is Otar Botkovelli. I have another delicate matter that requires your expertise.
I thought we were even, Otar.
We will be even when I say so, my friend. Now then, to business. You will meet Mrs. Godlek, the owner of the Red Queen. I understand she has a problem named Dominique.
Let's get this straight. I'm not a cleaner for the Diwalis. Why don't you send one of your own?
Why? Because I am telling you to do it. And who mentioned killing? Just meet with Godlek and mind your manners. She's a powerful woman.
Seraph, I found Orlov. He's dead.
What? Are you sure it's him?
Well, technically I never met him before. I did, however, meet a doctor who looks just like him in Alaska. In that clinic I told you about. His name then was McFadden.
Christ, Adam. What exactly happened to you in that clinic?
I don't know. I was in the coma ward. It was run by the World Health Organization. Facility 451. Can you dig into it?
Of course.
I'm gonna search this body and the apartment. Maybe there's something I missed the first time.
Access granted.
Hello?
All areas are secure. Continue general control.
Co se to myslíš? Yes. I found it.
Come on, I'm home.
What can I get? You must have quite the tear on you, mister. I'll give you that.
I thought the red light district was more liberal when it came to logs.
No, nothing like that. Your money's as good as anyone else's, except... we haven't had too many augmented in here lately.
You worried I'll put the other customers off their entertainment?
In the Red Queen, you're more likely to get some offers, handsome. So, what'll it be?
All the trouble lately can't be good for business.
You kidding? We deal in sex and alcohol. Times get tough, demand goes up, not down. People are looking to escape, you know? Play out some fantasies, have fun.
And a little thing like the possibility of another bombing isn't enough to keep them at home.
Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Don't know if you heard, but they got the bastard who was behind the Ruzika explosion.
What do you mean?
Rucker, the leader of ARC. I guess the cops smoked him out of his home. New said he's dead and ARC was basically dismantled. Terrorists gone. Poof, like that. So we got nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah, right. Red light district always this busy.
Only at night. Locked up tight during the day. That's when the rest of the old district gets its share of the tourist credits.
Pigeons of a different feather.
You could say that. A little less adventurous. You know, museum goers, souvenir buyers, walk around with cameras glued to their faces. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You live in the city long enough, you take things for granted. You ignore all the sights and sounds around you that make you special.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You only miss that stuff when you've left. The Queen's got a pretty liberal management policy. A lot of places in this city wouldn't even let me in the door.
The whole red light district is like that. Mostly. Besides, some of our most popular employees are augmented. Be kind of hypocritical to turn them away as customers.
Smart business practice.
Oh yeah. The owners here are real smart businessmen. Part of the reason the Red Queen is the most popular club in the district.
Sounds like a nice little family-run operation.
Look, I don't want to get into trouble. And I don't want to lose this job.
Don't worry. Just getting the lay of the land. Actually, I think I'm gonna pass.
You change your mind, I'll be right here. Hey there, Hans. You want a drink?
How come the boys?
come to his senses?
No, Mrs. Cat. I will let you
I
live.
have enough theatrics from that vampire wretch.
Yes.
Master Cadlac, I am the owner of the Red Queen. I make a point of knowing everything important, but you, I do not know.
Could be, I'm not important.
Oh, please. Have you seen yourself in a mirror lately? Besides, I have a healthy curiosity. It is important to a mother.
Mom wouldn't be thrilled about me being in a place like this.
Really? I can't imagine why. A good time never hurt anyone.
If you say so.
Oh, but I do say so, Metal Man. And my word is law in my domain. So relax. Enjoy yourself. It's a very wholesome place.
Wholesome.
The Red Queen is a family business. My eldest son works the bar. The other does security upstairs. Come in on the weekend, and you'll meet one of my nieces, Agnetia. She's the late show. You see, around here, nothing comes before family.
This place, it's a Diwali-run operation, is that right?
Half of Prague is a Diwali-run operation. My family has a God-given talent for overseeing things. And well, poor Prague. It was in sore need of oversight.
And what do you oversee exactly?
I oversee this club, obviously, as well as certain relationships, certain efforts that require a matriarch's touch, and the comings and goings of certain strangers who ask too many questions.
I'm flattered if that was a threat.
Be careful, Metal Man. You don't really belong here.
That's what they tell me. What can you tell me about the Red Light District?
Oh, you can't be that naive. Then again, we don't get many of your kind through here, as clients.
And why is that?
Because the Diwali's control it. Now, if an Og's money is good, it challenges our preconceptions. We can be very accommodating. Still, when it comes to your kind, some among us are... what's the word?
Skeptical?
Yes, that's a very good word for it. Skeptical. Especially when the Og in question seems to be all dressed up for something. It makes the other customers nervous.
I understand your family is very important to you. Does that include a kid named Dominic?
Ah, I didn't think you were here for the scenery.
I'm here to repay a favor.
This club is my confession. People stop by, whisper in my ear. Sometimes I forgive, sometimes not. Lately, I hear one of the Diwali men wants to reconcile with me. How old-fashioned of you.
He helps you out, you help him out. I take it Dominic's causing some kind of trouble.
Dominic has made bad choices for himself and for his family. We have tradition to consider. So I ask you, what is the best way to get a hot-headed young man out from where he does not belong?
If you know for a fact he's in over his head, why give him a choice? You go in there and you drag him out.
My thoughts exactly. Not always easy, though, is it? Boys can be very stubborn.
Then what did you have in mind?
My hands are bound by politics. You, I think, have the look of someone used to working around political matters. Perhaps you could kidnap Dominic.
I want to understand this better. What makes Dominic our problem?
Sometimes the Valley operations need sharp young toughs who can wave a gun. And sometimes they need men who can look good in a suit and make allegiances.
So which type is he?
I made an arrangement for them. I found him a way, found him a place away from all this, where he was useful to the family. But he thinks he knows better. He thinks like Radich Nikolai's.
He's a runaway groom. You wanted to marry him off, he wants to sit at the Kingpin's table. And this costs you, doesn't it?
You're very perceptive. Dominic is disposable to Radich, but to me, he can bring a more capable wife into the fold. my fault.
Alright, where's Dominic now? What do you want me to do?
They call it Hotel Narikala, an old Georgian joke. One of Radic's safe houses. Dominic knows we cannot interrupt Radic's hospitality.
And that's where I come in. It's heavily guarded, I assume.
And surveillance systems, alarms. This is the boy.
So I sneak into this building, find Dominic, tell him he's expected back home.
No. You get in, you incapacitate Dominic. You bring him out and leave him in a cozy storage locker. No one can see any of this happen.
You want me to knock this guy out and drag him through a building full of Radic's men, undetected? You're kidding, right?
Where I am from, abduction of the bride was a time-honored custom. So you think of this as an act for equality. You'll know Dominic by his tattoo. Do not bring me the wrong man.
About this place.
The place was okay. For some reason.
I'm not sure how I feel about this weather.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Learn to walk at a normal speed.
Radic made the call. You want to talk to Radic about who he recruits? Good luck.
If he wants posers, my hometown is full of them.
You know the deal. Some guys are for doing the shooting, and some are for getting shot.
Nothing to report on this floor.
We never finish.
Something...
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
That's my middle name. Well, one of them. I'll let you the others. Don't deny yourself the pleasure, handsome.
Entertain.
Go check it out.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
By the head of the Department of Sociology at Harvard, Stansfield Christian
pleasure to speak with you, Doctor. Tell me, what do you feel the Human Restoration Act will achieve?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Step back.
Access granted.
Since then, the rift between augmented and naturals has gotten so wide, so deep, it's become impossible to cross. We need a timeout. A temporary separation of the group. Reevaluate.
So the sentiment that it is
doses for people being enslaved. Sorry, housed over there. Safe Harbor Initiative, my ass. This is just a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, it can't be worse than Hollows, but there's no way.
the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the event. Are our top stories. Investors around the
There's no guarantee. It's hijacked on the way from here. I mean, you fuckers nuts. Planning to take a tour of this place anytime soon. But you're gonna get trapped and caressed this whole spot, so there ain't gonna be no escape from Oman anytime soon.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
the Indian subcontinent. World health officials are scripting to contain the outbreak, even as work. Pharmaceutical giant Versalife's cutting-edge rock effect. Resident human.
Could I use some spotted queen, please?
Radio stations continue to... An elusive group of vigilante hackers were exposing big money corruption. causing gridlock for hours and preventing
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Listen, when I asked you what the deal with Cadillac and Radich was, forget that. I don't want to get into family shit.
Dominic! Can you talk?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Cadillac, I delivered your boy Dominic. No one saw me go in or out.
Impressive. How is he?
Still out cold. Might want to ease off on the bright lights when he comes around.
I'll keep that in mind. We do want him to be as attentive as possible. I think this concludes our business tonight.
We'll send you replacements. Get hold of it.
Assured anonymity. Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best secure corporate archiving company in the world.
Around the clock, around the world. I'm safe. Always watching. Because you are always watching.
Wow.
In part one of our two-part look at the Human Restoration Act, I am joined by the head of the Department of Sociology at Harvard, Dr. Stansfield Christensen. It is a pleasure to speak with you, Doctor. Tell me, what do you feel the Human Restoration Act will achieve if it is passed?
You say
When? When? Fail to see the bigger picture. The Og incident threw everything off the rails. Since then, the rift.
might say something useful in nature. Patrol is quiet. What did you say?
Только время зря тратим. Да ну, тихо что-то. Живей. Вон там.
Keep talking. You might say something useful eventually.
So wide, so deep, it's become impossible to cross. We need a timeout, a temporary separation so we can clear the air, reevaluate how we can pose this.
Access granted.
Unequivocally, boss. The goal of the legislation is to ensure that they are as safe from us as we are from them.
Over there. You hear that?
Nothing here. I'm almost certain.
Ты тоже слышишь? Я сзади прикрою, брат.
We have lost track of what made the Diwali great. One day, I will be making these poor decisions.
It's just another exciting day.
Anomaly detected. Trace program access granted.
Yo, you paying attention? Ну давай. Трой.
Nothing to report so far.
А? Прости, это что было?
The stripper poles on the balconies.
Touch.
Я что-то слышал.
Come on. All clear.
Да ну, тихо что-то.
I'll go first.
Только время зря тратим.
Let's go.
Странная же здесь акустика.
Big spec. Check it out. Wonder when the party's
Ты слышишь?
Go.
Вон там.
We should go. Going on my rounds.
Просто будь начеку.
Over there.
Я вперед.
The acoustics are strange here.
Все проверь.
Come here. I think I saw something.
Двигай.
It's only a small sound.
Надо идти.
Some bum, maybe? I heard something.
Двигай. Was that you? Who's messing with us? Скучно. You hear that noise?
I'll follow.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Not only on aggressive treatments, but on new cures and methodologies that will prevent deadly outbreaks from occurring at all. This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
Information archived within the walls of Palisade Property Bank is beyond the legal.
Hey, eso.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Move along. Hogs have done.
Don't see that much.
Who else will take care of it? Stop! Listen to that garbage.
More? Why not?
Great.
Jezus.
I can't believe Rucker's dead.
That bastard had it covered.
Oh, yo. You have credits? Usually you people with the robot arms and legs have no credits.
No, you got a real way with people. What's on the menu?
Menu? No, not food. Guns and things. You want? Make up your mind. Stay, go back. Come on!
Not interested right now.
Go! Go! Waste my time. That will keep them satisfied. Yeah. Take your side.
Alex, I'm in Miller's apartment. The man keeps a tight ship.
What do you expect? He's former SAS. Military life will make a neat freak out of anyone. If he's got secrets in there, Adam, they'll be well hidden.
Everyone's got to tell. I just need to know more about him to understand his. Alex, just hacked Miller's computer. There's some heavy stuff going on in his personal life, but nothing incriminating.
Keep looking. We may not get another chance at this.
I think I got something, Alex. Miller's NSN access card. He must have left it behind when he logged into his second computer.
His second computer? Anything incriminating on it?
He's going around the system, using personal connections to look into things. But that can mean anything. We need to hear more of that NSN conversation.
Shit, man, that's risky. But we may have to.
Why? You find something on VersaLife?
It ain't good. Meet me in the small courtyard near TF-29. I'll explain. Alex, you here? Hey, thanks for being quick. Didn't want to be seen hanging around by myself for too long in case you got held up.
I can be a gentleman, sometimes. You said you got something on VersaLife.
Yeah. A couple of months back, a research assistant was found dead in the Roca Seca beach facility. Special Projects Division. She was poisoned, just like Rucker.
She. You got her name?
Anik Norstad. Why? You know somebody there?
Doesn't matter. Forget it.
I can't stand VersaLife, Adam. Back when I was flying for Bell Tower in Panama, I stumbled into deep shit with them. They're the reason I've got a target on my back. They told my bosses to kill me.
If they're involved in this, we'll get them. We just need to know what this is. Rucker gave me this before he died. Said it could prove ARC is being set up. The email on it reads like activation orders to me.
Where'd he get it? Whose is it?
I've got a suspect in mind, but nothing to prove it. Until I do, can you get Janus or one of your Juggernaut friends to backtrace the IP address?
Yeah, man, no problem. Listen, about VersaLife. The information we found on Nordstat was buried deep. No police report, no autopsy. Just a footnote on an insurance claim calling it an industrial accident.
She was working with dangerous pathogens, wasn't she?
Supposedly. Janus thinks there's more to it. He's the one who found the report. Said it was off.
Off how?
Lots of blank spaces and missing details. Didn't really go into it.
And you didn't think to ask, did you?
Are you saying I fucked up?
I'm saying Janus thinks a lot of things, and somehow always manages to find the answer when nobody else can. You don't find that odd?
I find it reassuring. The Collective has people everywhere gathering all kinds of intel. But Janus is what holds us together, helps us make sense of it. He picks the signal out of the static.
And yet you've never met him.
Nobody meets Janus. Nobody even knows where he is, who he is, hell, even what he is. You get used to it after a while. For me, the key thing is what he finds. Nordstat was poisoned, Adam, just like Rucker. Are we looking at some kind of bioweapon here?
Miller's access card might help us find out.
How? I don't follow you.
NSN exchanges are stored in the system's cloud memory. If I log in as Miller using his access card, I might be able to play back more of that conversation he had with the bosses.
Shit, Adam, this isn't like planting a bug. You have to actually use the chair. For a while. If anyone catches you.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Your call. But I want to be plugged in and listening the whole time you're in there. Just be careful, man. Call me when you've accessed the machine.
How are you? That's quite a look.
Hey, Adam. I heard about Rucker. That's terrible, Adam. He was our standard bearer. What direction will the movement take now?
I don't know. I spoke to Miller as he was leaving. Told me he was going to Gollum City to talk to the state police.
Damn, I hope he has better luck than you and Smiley did. Because if you think that Prague is bad now, imagine what'll happen if reaction to Rucker's death gets violent.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, FUBAR is what'll happen. What a week. And meanwhile, I'm going crazy waiting for Dr. Ozan to get back to me with my test results.
How did it go with Dr. Ozan? She ran some tests?
I swear to God, Adam. These tests they give me are more stressful than being in the field. When I'm out there, I have immediate feedback every second. And when you're doing these tests, they just stare at you and take notes. I don't like it.
Nobody does. When do you get the results?
Dr. Ozan didn't say. I don't know, hopefully in a day or two.
Try and stay positive.
Always.
So what do you think of our new doctor?
What do you mean?
I just wonder what she's really doing here.
Things are heating up here in Prague. We can use all the help we can get. I'd be worried if Interpol didn't send a psychologist. Besides, I spoke to her for an hour. I like her.
It just seems suspicious to me, that's all. We've never needed a psychologist before. Who's she watching?
Come on, Adam. You keep talking like that, and Chang's gonna change all the locks again. There are 87 agents in Prague, and I just finished handing out the new keycards.
I should get going.
Okay. Talk to you later.
We had Jensen inside, we were like,
How am I supposed to know?
Palace dropped it.
I don't think those teeth all belong to the same person.
And we can look forward to even more bombs.
How am I supposed to know?
I should have set the guard up with the body cam. This is official news. And if law enforcement's gonna take that in.
Are you... Wow. 2 in one day. Did maintenance take the plague cross off my door?
I'm sorry.
Arya was here earlier. And now you. That's 2 agents to walk through my door willingly. You know, while I have you, I'd love to talk with you about Rucker.
That's actually why I'm here.
You're kidding, right? Because this never happens. Sometimes I literally feel like a dentist.
I have a suspicion about who might be behind the hit on Rucker. A name. I-Link came back with nothing,
But maybe I can use some of my shrink-your tricks to see what I can dig up. Maybe draw up a profile for you? So who's the guy?
Victor Marchenko.
Oh, he sounds bad. No sweat, it's nice to feel like I'm part of something. I'll let you know if I have any luck.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it.
Self-fulfilling.
That's gotta raise it.
Whew. Will you look at that? Oh, hey. Adam, what's going on?
Miller sent me to...
Checking my progress? Really? I said it would be done when it's done. You can't rush these things, Adam. Excellence takes time.
Right. So...
Well, I was right. Am I good or am I good?
What did you find?
Oh, just some isolated fragments from what looks like the bomb's timing mechanism. And get this, it's a Stanek.
Stanek? The bomb's timing mechanism was a wristwatch?
Well, to address your incredulous tone, a mechanical timing mechanism is not as silly as it sounds. Security scanners can detect anything with a suspicious electronic circuit, so using a low-tech solution is really clever.
Stanek watches are custom-made locally. I think I'll pay the shop a visit.
It's probably closed. Let's see if I can find you a second option. Yeah, got it. Nomad Stanek, founder and owner of the store, lives in the Davnia Vod district near Pilgrim Station. That's Putnik Nadraji in Czech, I think. Building number 96, second floor.
Nice, I'll check it out.
Great, let me know how it goes. I'll look into Stanek's records, see if there's anything germane to the case. Call me if you find something.
Oh, we've got to look at the obvious first, right?
Collected a 12-year-old boy.
Rucker's death has got everything on the web,
How long is Director Miller going to be in Dahlem City?
He told me as long as it takes.
Jim's going to hear about this.
Art doesn't make sense because of, you know, the obvious. I was called into consult with the Palisade Bank last week. You should see the security system.
I used to work in a place like that. They had a cybersecurity team. It's just chatter on top of chatter. Systems, updating codes, you name it.
I guess that's what makes them so hard to break in.
Even if they do get compromised,
managed to track
the
Vince
data
all
can
the
be
way to the
removed
repertory
physically.
cinema
They have
yesterday.
several alternate avenues for electric passengers.
Access granted.
Art doesn't make sense because of, you know, the obvious.
If I have anything, I'll let you know.
Could be anyone, really.
Well, it seems that state police found Radish Nikoladzi's body somewhere out in the country, in a wheat field. They suspect the body was moved, post-mortem. You think? Fucking morons! These guys are never gonna find his killer.
I don't know. We could put the name of every organization
So
on
get
a board
this,
and throw
this
darts at
Diwali
it.
spy was using the name Louis Galois. What the hell is that, right? Anyway, we think, I know, but officially I have to say we think, that this guy was the other
It's whoever we're not
spy.
thinking of.
State police found his body in Gollum City. Now I'm sure Otar's about to make his move.
So why? It's become impossible to cross. We need a timeout. A temporary separation of the classes. So we can clear the air,
Well,
reevaluate
the
how
office first. You can put the name of every organization on board with the cars.
What? Hey, Jensen, heard you had a bit of trouble at the petting zoo.
Come again?
The snatch and grab with Rucker. Guess it's no steps forward and 2 steps back for you too, eh? Isn't that how you put it before?
Right. Only I'm not being tied up by red tape like you are. My problem is a little more complicated than that.
I'm just stating the facts as they are, mate. Although, I am a little surprised you managed to cock up such a simple task, what with you being so, well-equipped for the job.
You think because I'm augmented going after Rucker should have been a cakewalk? You know, McCready, the more I talk to you, the less surprised I am by what comes out of your head.
Is that a fact? You think you know me?
I know your type. You're a front towards enemy kind of soldier. Very effective, as long as someone points you in the right direction.
I'll wear that as a compliment, thank you. And fuck you. Now, if you don't mind.
Why do you have such a problem with me, McCready? You don't even know me.
Oh, I think I do. I've worked with your type before. You roll into barracks with your solid-state muscle, think you're more capable than the rest of us slobs.
You afraid of being replaced?
Please, mate. They broke the fucking mold when they made me. Besides, I think it's been proven that there's no substitute for good old-fashioned organic clockworks. So, again, if you don't mind, I have work to do.
So no all can ever live down the incident, is that it?
Is this meant to be an interrogation, Mr. Shit-hot ex-cop? Because you're dancing on my last fucking nerve.
You afraid it's gonna happen again?
Listen, Frankenstein, I lost 3 men. Good men. Because one of you fucking robots had his switch. I warned you about pushing it, didn't I? Still, that was unprofessional. Look.
We all lost something during the incident, some more than others. But the people responsible are still out there, and they need to answer for what they did. I'm not asking you to be friends, but we can't stop them as enemies.
Mismatched tools, bound by a common goal. Is that it?
Something like that, yeah.
Hell, maybe that is all we need. Suppose we just let time tell.
Right. I'll see you around, McCready.
Sure. You forget something.
Have you gotten word from Singh? He managed to turn up anything in the desert?
He's back in Basra now, digging where he can, but he might as well be kicking over stones. So far he's come back with sweet FA.
That's too bad.
Yeah, well, what can you do? Hurry up and wait. Isn't that the old soldier's credo?
You mentioned me being an ex-cop. You reading up on me?
Someone new rolls in, I like to brush up on them. Like to know who I've got standing next to me.
So you weren't looking for character weaknesses you could exploit?
Despite my tone and attitude, mate, I'm not a bully. I just have ridiculously high standards of people who might end up with my life in their hands.
So do I pass muster?
Decorated SWAT, head of security for Sarif Industries. It's an impressive jacket. After the incident, there is a black hole about 1 year wide that gives me some pause, truth told. What happened there?
I stepped away from the work. I needed to refocus.
Yeah, I get that. Believe me. Well, look, I've got a shitload of work to do, so if there isn't anything else...
I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, we've seen it already. It's not gonna help our relationship.
Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best
Alex, I'm in. Anything I need to know before I start up this chair?
Every NSN is different, man, so I'm not sure what to expect. I'm guessing you'll end up in some kind of virtual conference room. No one else should be in there.
And if they are?
They'll see you as Miller, so say something snippy and log off.
Okay. Where do I find these stored conversations?
Hell if I know. This is your plan. But holographic recordings take up a lot of virtual memory, so you may have to look in several places.
I'll just have to play it by ear.
Exactly. The whisper chip is still in place, though, so we'll both know when you've done it. Good luck, Adam.
This is different.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on ARC.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at VersaLife, Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send the reports if you want me to prove it. Because ARC doesn't operate in North America.
Place call Hong Kong Alpha 10 priority message. We've got a problem. Miller wants to see a report on the break-in.
What break-in?
The one your San Francisco research facility is supposed to have any day now.
What? What exactly did you tell him? Never mind. I'll take care of it. In fact, it may even help me clean up a related incident. What have you heard from our man inside ARC?
Not much. He has to be careful transmitting. Rucker may be onto him.
Then it's time for him to use the Orchid. Tell him.
Killing Rucker... Are you sure it's a good idea? I mean, it'll certainly make things easier during Phase 2, but...
Are you doubting me, Joseph?
I'm merely concerned that the rest of the Council might not like your call. They seem less cohesive these days.
Rucker's death may upset some of them. But at this juncture, Brown is the only person we pay attention to. Once Rucker is dead, I'm positive he's going to make his move. Do it!
End call. Alex, did you get all that?
Hell yeah. Don't tell me this isn't the proof we're looking for, Adam. This is big. Janus needs to hear it.
I want to talk to him this time. Set it up. Let me know where.
It'll have to be somewhere safe. Leave the task force when you can, and I'll contact you with a location.
Adam, what are you doing in here?
I need to speak with Director Miller about my investigation. Thought maybe he was in the NSN. You?
Same. Only just leaving him a message. It's about Vince Black, our organized crime division head. I'm worried. I was hoping maybe the director had heard from him.
Black's still deep undercover inside the Diwali organization, isn't he?
The kind of deep that can be hard to swim back from sometimes, yeah. He's supposed to meet with me once a week so I can bring him back into the shallows, only he never showed for our first meeting.
From what I know of the Diwali, their influence extends outside of the Czech Republic. Maybe he's out of town.
Maybe. Maybe you could find out?
Sure. I think I can do some digging around for you. When was the last time you heard from him?
First and last time was in his office a few days ago. He seemed antsy, kind of nervous that I was there, you know?
Well, then maybe I'll poke around his office a little while I'm here.
Why stop now, right? Well, listen, Adam, Lyon's waiting on my initial batch of reports, and I'm sure Director Miller wouldn't be too pleased to find us standing in his office, so... Unless there's something else, I think this is where I'll check out.
Is there anything in Black's psyche, Val, that leads you to believe he's capable of maybe undermining the task force? Is there a chance he's gone off reservation?
Human beings are predisposed to damaging everything they come into contact with. Of course he's capable. As am I. As are you.
So these evaluations you conduct with him, they're useless in determining a course of action he might take?
I don't have a crystal ball. And Black's last eval predates my arrival here. Nonetheless, it's still helping me understand what he's dealing with on a subconscious level. That he may be in trouble. I wish I had something more concrete for you to go on.
You mentioned Leon is expecting your first batch of reports. You don't answer to Director Miller?
I'm a civilian employee, specializing in habituating deep cover operatives.
You're not an agent. So why did you choose to work with badges?
I started out working for LIM International, helping patients cope with the emotional strain of augmentation. After the incident, I needed to change my focus. Interpol was looking, so I moved my clinic to the public sector.
So you answer directly to Joseph Manderley?
It was Joe's idea to get a psychological clinic up and running inside our field offices. But listen, Adam, I have a small mountain of agent files to process, so if there isn't anything else...
Joe, huh? Sounds like you and Manderley are close.
We're close because I used his first name?
Well, you said you joined TF-29 after the incident. I assume that maybe you and Manderley started together when the task force was launched.
No, I arrived after Joe did. Look, Adam, we should probably get out of here, don't you think?
Yeah, you're probably right. I am curious, though, where Manderley came from exactly. Heard he jumped over quite a few heads to get to the big chair at TF-29. Must have some pretty influential friends pulling strings.
Why the interest in our boss?
I'd just like to know who everyone is.
If Joe had help, I'm sure it was from people who share his vision for what this task force could become. Anyway, listen, I really do think it's best if we get out of Miller's office before he returns, so if you'll excuse me...
Delara, I'm in Vince's office. I think I have a lead. An appointment Vince made with an informant.
That sounds promising, Adam. You willing to follow up?
Only way to find out what happened to him.
If something happened to him. Let's not assume the worst just yet.
Thanks for taking care of those conspiracy nuts, Jensen. Man, the thought of someone knowing where we are, I mean, I'm supposed to be digging into this Janus hacking collective, but I can't do that if I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next bomb to go off.
Any progress on Janus?
Why? What have you heard?
Don't get jumpy. Just curious.
Janus has officially hacked into my sleep. I wake up trying to figure out who's tracking who. Sometimes I think I'm this close, and then nothing. But I am starting to learn one thing.
And what's that?
The less I talk about how it's going, the better it seems to be going.
How did you get started here exactly?
Miller came to me in prison. Helping him set up a cybercrimes unit was my way out.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure, if you're looking to exchange one set of impenetrable walls for another. At least in prison I didn't owe anyone anything. Here, I don't know. They do a good job of reminding me that I have a lot to be grateful for.
You saying they hired you because they knew you wouldn't ask questions?
No. Maybe. Look, I do ask questions. A lot of questions. Just not always out loud.
You were brought in specifically to track down Janus. You ever worked with them in the past?
I'm not one for collective ideals. Chang looks out for Chang. Sometimes our routes ran parallel, ships in the night kind of deal.
Is the collective as big a threat as people say?
People like to romanticize these kinds of hacktivist organizations.
Well, you don't see it that way.
They're anonymous, powerful, and convinced they have a stranglehold on what's right and wrong. In my opinion, that makes them very dangerous.
Get some sleep, Chang. You sound like you can use it.
Yeah. Be careful out there. Jensen! Oh good! I'm glad I caught you. Remember that bombing you were in?
Are you trying to be funny?
No. What am I saying? Of course you do. I am seriously out of shape. I just sprinted the whole way here and,
Chang, get to the point.
Right. You know the corrupted footage from the train station? The distorted images that pointed us in the direction of Ark?
What about it?
There's a woman who works at Ruzicka Station. Apparently, she's been trying to get in touch with Interpol. She says she has info on the security footage and wants to meet someone about it.
Seems like something we should have known about earlier. What's Miller saying about this?
Miller's not saying anything, because I didn't talk to him about it, yet.
We keeping things from the bosses now, Chang?
Only the ones who keep things from us. This woman, she sounded jumpy to me. If she knows who the bomber was... Jensen, something tells me you should try getting to her before anybody else does.
Where is she?
Waiting in the back alley on Stur Street. Her name is Pavla Kilmanovic.
All right, I'll see what she knows. Pavla Kilmanovic?
Sakra, you are augmented. I not think they sent... Yes, I am. You are with Interpol, yes?
At the moment. I'm told you have information on the train station attack.
Yes. No. Maybe. I work there, at Ruzicka Station in surveillance room. I was not there when bombs blow up. My shift did not started yet. But I am on my way, and when I hear explosions, I must go to see, to find out if my colleagues... There is so much devastation.
I know. I was there. Take your time.
It is horrible. Everything's so chaotic. When men from Tarvos arrive, it's hard for me to think straight.
Tarvos? The private security company?
He say he is part of investigation, and I believe him. I give him code to in telecom server room. I know maybe I should not, but he seems so like police, I think. He do something to corrupt the data.
You've done the right thing, coming forward with this. But I'd like to get a better sense of the time frame. How long after the explosions did this Tarvos man show up?
Men? There were 3 of them, but only one go into server room. I cannot give you exact time. On one side, it feel like hours. On other, only minutes. Emergency people have been there some time, but police not start ordering every people around yet.
Did anyone else see these men?
No, no one else see. I think... I mean, no, I swear, no one else see them. Just me.
It's okay. We're just having a friendly conversation here. And if you're trying to protect someone, I can help. As long as you tell me everything.
I not protect no one. But I thought maybe I could help them.
Who?
Tarvos man give me credit chip when I see real police coming, and I know he lie about who he is. He say it is enough credits to help many victims of bombings, many of my colleagues. So I take it.
You took a bribe?
Yes, but my colleagues not want help. They tell me to call Interpol. You will arrest me now?
I'm with Interpol, not the police. And I'm hoping you'll remember more if I let you go.
Really? You let me go? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just be sure to call Interpol again if you think of anything else. As for Agent Chang.
The one I spoke to before. Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Chang, I spoke to Pavla Kilmanovic. Looks like someone from Tarvos got access to Ruzicka's and telecam servers before the police.
Tarvos? What? You think they corrupted it? Why? Why would they do that, Jensen? I mean, I can't just call up Mr. Tarvos and ask, you know?
Leave the asking to me. They have a regional office in Prague, right?
Yeah, at Terminal Station. You need to take the metro to get there.
I'll let you know what I find out.
Oh, wait, Jensen. Terminal Station is on lockdown. Reports for why haven't come in yet, but let me work my magic. There. Just gave you access to a train. You should be able to get there with no problem now.
Hey, how did you get through the lockdown? No trains are supposed to stop here.
I'm with Interpol. I need to speak with someone in the Tarvos offices.
Well, I'm sorry, but there's a bomb scare going on outside. My lieutenant gave me strict orders not to let anyone through. You'll have to turn around or wait it out. Either way, I have a post to maintain.
Nice work with the train, Chang, but we got another problem. The lockdown here is due to a bomb scare. I can't get into Tarvos until it's resolved.
There is another way. I've been to that office before. They're in the middle of building an access area connected to the station. But if you use it...
I'll be breaking into the offices of a security company. Think they'll thank me for identifying flaws in their defenses?
Yeah, probably not. Especially if they're trying to cover up any involvement with ARC.
I'll reconnect when I've reached their command center. Jensen out.
Služební hlášení. Metro bylo z bezpečnostních důvodů uzavřeno. Postupujte prosím podle evakuačních pokynů staniční obsluhy či důstojníků Tarvosu. Za komplikace se hluboce omlouváme.
Not sure.
Must have been mistaken. What was that?
sodded rebels are taking forever. And this lockdown is just another excuse, isn't it?
That's what you're complaining about. Between you and me, folks, I think we're just wasting your time. This is a life our portable data center.
The current lockdown situation is not a drill.
Know what he did when he was in there. We're soldiers. We don't need an explanation.
must have been nothing.
Only it's better that we don't know why he went mad.
General message. Due to the security lockdown, all interviews for today have been cancelled.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Reminder. Due to the security lockdown, civilian visitors are not permitted in the offices.
Access granted.
General message. Access to Range 3 and Close Quarters Combat Room 2 is not possible during this lockdown.
Boy is president. In Russia, attacked combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the region, between you and me, folks, the Coalition is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world, despite whatever crazy
Chang, I'm at the command center.
Good timing. Miss Kilmanovic called again. Said the Tarvos officer had a high-tech device on him. The kind you'd need a request email and the lieutenant's blessing to use.
That means an order may have come from the top. I'll see what I can find out in the lieutenant's office.
His name's Whitaker, and if I'm right, his office will be up on the mezzanine.
Schedule update.
Men, this is Lieutenant Whitaker. These are trying times. In the streets outside, local police are investigating something that may turn out to be a terrorist bomb. I expect everyone at their best during this lockdown. This means total commitment to targets.
You're on notice.
And your fellow officers. And me. That is all. Carry on.
Heard something.
So the sentiment that it is being enacted as a form of subjugation is false.
Come! This bloody thing on the pass. Oh!
General message. Due to the security lockdown, all non-essential conferences have been suspended.
Decision by the Czech Republic. Expansion of the Bank Corporation. Located in Prague, the bank's iconic blade facility has the largest and most secure data archiving vault in the world.
Noted the post. I heard something. Wait for confirm.
I'll be back.
From Picus, Ariel is constantly bringing the best and latest technology. Our portable
Simon, I can't. Melissa, I don't have time for this. The goddamn train station's on fire.
I know. Your brother-in-law's the one who did it.
What?
I told you Ark was trying to recruit him. When the police find out it was Ivan, they'll come for me.
I can fix this. We've covered up things caught on camera before.
What?
Yeah, but they haven't accessed the stations or telling them data yet. I have to go. I have to do this now. I'll call you, Mel. I promise.
Chang, make sure there's a metro train available for me at Terminal Station.
Did you find out who corrupted the footage?
I did better than that. I'll fill you in on the details back at HQ.
Access granted.
General message. Access to range.
Correct. Maintain eyes on.
These are the greatest concerns of the digital age. And we as
Noted to Prior.
Please be advised. I will be closed for maintenance for the next 24 hours.
Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Might have heard something. Come on.
A live heavy equipment test is currently underway in the storage bay. Please remain clear of the area until further notice.
picked up something.
Got your post covered.
General message. Please refrain from non-essential communication until the security lockdown has been lifted. General message. Due to the security lockdown, all non-essential training sessions and equipment tests have been cancelled.
Is now and forever will be the best secure corporate archive.
Around the clock, around the world.
Your man. 1637 wasn't worth it then, and it's not helping it now.
I used it over the blade last week. It was flawless.
It works, it works. Why would we use something that's dependent on the world? That's just mental. Animals will
Heard something. We'll report.
keep it down.
heard something. Come on.
Stay low-key.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
General message. Due to the security lockdown, all non-essential training sessions and equipment tests have been cancelled.
Anomaly detected. Trace access granted.
Could I use some clotted cream on these scones right now? Ah, fuck it. What are we talking about? Oh, right. Now, I get this question a lot. Are you part of the collective? I get that one a lot. Hey, Steve? Well, I want to put this one to bed. No!
Quickly, new vaccine. Before they can even reach infected areas.
I remember too. Yes. Of course. I'm sorry, sis. I've done absolutely everything in my power to keep you.
Lieutenant Whitaker?
I have to go. Something's come up. Who are you? How did you get into my office?
I'm with Interpol. We have reason to believe someone from Tarvos Security Services tampered with evidence at Ruzicka Station shortly after the terrorist attack occurred. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Interpol? What the hell are you talking about? How dare you accuse Tarvos of collaborating with terrorists?
It's not an accusation, Whitaker, it's a fact. Someone from this office corrupted the station's Intellicam footage. And I'm pretty sure that someone was you.
What? That is preposterous. Where would you get an idea like that?
In an audio recording between you and your sister.
They'll come for me.
I can fix this. We've covered up things caught in camera before.
What?
Yeah, but they haven't accessed the station's Intellicam data yet. I have to go. I have to do this now.
Shall I continue, or would you like to explain now?
It's not what it looks like. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not an AUG sympathizer. And it wasn't a Tarvos mandate, or anything like that. I had to protect my sister.
Your sister? Your sister was the bomber?
No, she would never. It was her husband. ARC got to him. Brainwashed him somehow. My brother-in-law was a proud man. Was a good mechanic. But after the incident, people didn't trust dogs around machinery.
He lost his job. He and your sister would have been forced to move to Gollum City then. You sure he was a member of ARC?
Isn't everyone in that place? You have to be if you want to survive. When he lost his license to work, he became bitter and resentful. Ark must have preyed on that. It's what terrorists do.
It's what somebody did. I'm just not sure it was Ark. I need his name, Lieutenant.
He's dead, but my sister isn't. You ID the bomber, and the next thing that happens is the police start tearing through Gollum City looking for her. So no, I'm not telling you his name.
Look, Whitaker, we'll get the name one way or another. If it comes from you now, willingly, I might be able to keep others from getting it too.
It's Burke. Ivan Burke. So what are you gonna do now?
Look, Lieutenant, I know you took action to protect your sister, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't report everything you've told me, including why you interfered.
Right, I understand. You'll have my full cooperation. And to prove it, I'll order my men to stand down until you clear the building. Men, this is Lieutenant Whitaker. In the midst of our lockdown, an Interpol agent penetrated our defenses. We'll deal with the ramifications later. For now, show him to the lift so we can access the metro. Whitaker, out.
Due to the security lockdown, all non-essential conferences have been postponed.
Chang.
You got here quick. So let's have it, Jensen. Who's our bomber, and how the hell is Tarvos involved?
Someone inside Ark is working against Rucker and his ideals. They brainwashed Whitaker's brother-in-law, Ivan Burke, into bombing the station. Whitaker corrupted the footage to protect his sister from any backlash. We should get her into protection before going public.
Nice work, Jensen. You must have been quiet in there. Tarvos hasn't reported anything.
I like to get answers without creating new questions.